Hello, this is Jam Master Daniel 96, and in today's video, I will be reviewing Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, and the Shadows of Mindor by Matthew Stover, and let's begin. Well, Luke Skywalker and the Shadows of Mindor is set, not long after Return of the Jedi, and this is, set in the Legends timeline, and, it's set in the New Republic era, and pretty much this book, would take place earlier in the timeline of the post-Return of the Jedi era. So, this is, before the events of the Thrawn trilogy and stuff. And, Luke hasn't met Mara Jade and stuff. And then Han and Leia haven't had the Solo kids yet. So, this is, pretty much earlier in the timeline of the post-Return of the Jedi era for the Expanded Universe / Legends timeline. And the characters are Luke, Han, Leia, Lando, Nick, Chrono, Aona, if I pronounce that right. Then pretty much I'll give you the basic rundown of this story. And pretty much, it starts off with the Taspin system is a hellish cataclysm, Imperial weapons experiment gone awry, and a planet gets produced into an asteroid field and showered the first planet, which is Mindor. The latest Imperial tyrant challenged the New Republic. The villain Shadowspawn is an alias of Chrono. Chrono was a former Emperor's hand. Luke leads the New Republic task force. Luke meets a former Republic officer named Nick, which I thought this was a pretty interesting takeaway. And pretty much, Nick was a, character that, was, a former Republic officer, and he was, a veteran during the Clone Wars, and he didn't like how the management of the, when the Republic was becoming the Empire, he didn't like how Palpatine and Vader were running things with the Empire, so he kind of didn't want to join them and stuff, which I thought that was a pretty interesting takeaway in this story. And Aona reunites with Nick, and then, pretty much that Aona and Nick are lovers, and then near the end, Shadowspawn retreats, and Nick and Aona continue their search. And also in this book, you do get some prequel references in this book, which I thought was pretty interesting. And this book, came out not long before the prequels were finished. This was about a couple years after the prequel movies were over, and definitely, Matthew Stover could tie in the prequels because, the trilogy was completed at the time. And also in this book, I did like that. And this was Matthew Stover's, I'd say, last Expanded Universe novel. Because he wrote books in the New Jedi Order series, Traitor. Then he wrote the Mace Windu book, Shatterpoint. Then the Revenge of the Sith novelization. Then he wrote this novel, Luke Skywalker and the Shadows of Mindor. So, this I would say is his last Expanded Universe book he wrote. This is, I'd say, his last Star Wars novel overall. And definitely, I thought this book was a good read, and I definitely would recommend picking up. I'd say, give it a shot. And that's pretty much all I gotta say with this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment what you think of this book down below, like this video, and all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys next time with another video.